Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Diya, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the matcha.
Of course.
But please introduce yourself, what year you are in, and what program you're in.
Well, my name is Diya. I'm in second year of political science, and I'm a student here at McMaster, and I'm also doing a minor in business.
Been waiting to do this. Been waiting for almost an hour and a half.
That's what the matcha was for.
An hour and a half.
And now he's in the matcha.
I can't lie. I can't lie. Low key, I am kind of into matcha now. So
it's fire. The secret is brown sugar and oat milk.
It's good. Oh my gosh, it's actually good. All right, let's get started into it.
Yes.
All right. Attachment is the root of suffering.
Ooh.
Most people think pain comes from losing something, but the Gita suggests that pain was already being built and how tightly we were holding on before we even lost it. So when you first hear this, attachment causes suffering, what part of it do you agree with? What part do you disagree with?
Okay.
Remember we had this conversation?
We did have this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a bit of a broad statement first.
Mm-hmm.
In what I'm going to say, I think people these days are too scared to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a chain of either one person getting hurt and then hurt people. And it's a chain that hasn't stopped. And now like getting attached to somebody is like the biggest no-no. And like we hear it so much of like, you need to be an independent person, even in a relationship, you should like be independent, which I agree with. And even like, you can't be too reliant on your friends. And like, you hear that a lot these days. I don't completely agree with that because I think that when you love somebody, however it is, you're bound to depend on them in some way, have that sort of attachment, that reliance. I obviously it comes with heartbreak in any way, like losing a friendship, losing a loved one in some way. To like answer your question about the fact of like the hurt already like being there before it even actually happens, is that what it was?
Yeah. So it suggests that the pain was already being built, basically in the attachment phase, kind
Okay.
of.
I don't agree with that. I
Mhm.
agree with the fact that sometimes people know that it's going to happen before it even actually officially happens. Like you kind of have an inkling that something's going to go wrong. But like I don't know. I don't agree with this because in this
Mhm.
it's basically saying that you shouldn't ever get attached to somebody, which
Yeah.
also I don't think is possible.
Mhm. Yeah. When we actually first talked about it, this actually made me want to go into more of like a deeper dive into, because what you were saying back then about how, yeah, I think like even when we do get in love, like attachment is going to be there, right?
Yeah.
I actually went deeper into it. I kind of agreed with you on that part, right? I kind of did more research into the Gita. What did it really mean by attachment?
Yeah.
What does it really mean, love, attachment? Does the Gita teaches us to detach from the love, or what does it really teach us?
Okay.
So as I was doing more research, it says over here, like it says you should love
Yes.
as much as you want, right? But when it comes to attachment, suppose you're letting somebody go, the greatest love you can do is let that person go. You know what I mean?
Why are you letting them go?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? if you know deep down something, like suppose something went
Yes.
wrong, right?
Yeah.
The greatest love that you can have for the other person is to let that person go.
I have a little bit of a different take on this.
Mhm.
I think now it's too normalized to let go of people. Friendships, even I think like when it comes to friendships, a lot of people let go of things or like they let go of the friendship just because of like small things.
Mhm.
Mistakes are bound to happen. Like I'm sure you've made mistakes with your parents.
Absolutely.
And that's not to say that relationship still isn't good. But the only reason that you probably didn't leave your parents or your parents didn't leave you is because you are bonded in some way, especially now where it's so normalized to just up and leave. So I don't know if I fully agree with that in that sense of like.
Well, I'm not saying, oh, you guys had one more argument, you guys should leave each other. I'm not saying in that sort of sense. I'm saying it, suppose there's a value that you hold very dearly,
Okay.
right? And that person probably doesn't have that same type of value.
Speaking from experience, are we?
Right? So the greatest love you can have there is to let that person go because you value it. you value it a lot more.
Yes, but that's also choosing yourself more than loving that person. I think so. I think that is because when you love somebody, it comes with compromise. And it's so good to have your own values. And I completely agree with the fact of like, if you had an experience like this and you took the step you did, because yes, like if you have values, you shouldn't let go of them, especially if you hold them so dearly to your heart. But I also think that if you let go of somebody because of your own value, that is also for more so yourself rather than them.
But if you know that that value that you have, you've had that for a while and you would want to see that in the other person, why would you want to sacrifice that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I completely agree with you, but you can't say that you're doing it for them then, because you're
Mhm.
not doing it for them. If it was more so a value that they had, and like it was a value that they had, and like, for example, you weren't able to have that value or whatnot, then you letting go or you taking a step back is a different story because you know
Mhm.
how much they value it and you're like, I can't do this. I'm going to take a step back because I don't want, it to kind of affect you when you value
Mhm.
something so much. But in this sense, if you took a step back because of your own value, because the other person couldn't have it, that's your own decision that you made to put yourself first.
Mm. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes complete sense. But one thing I will say is you shouldn't ever disregard your value for or like your
Mhm.
moral for another person,
Oh, I completely
right?
agree.
Because if you do that, you lose yourself in a sense.
I think you lose yourself, and I think that also at some point in time, you will have some sort of, I don't like using the word resentment, but I would use the word resentment in this sense. I think you would hold it against them, whether you do it consciously or subconsciously. At some point in time, especially when you see other people, because I'm assuming if this is a value that you have, then your family must have it, people around you must have it, and you'll see them still having this value. And then sometimes you'll look at yourself and you're like, damn, what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's kind of what I would say because right here, it says the Gita doesn't say don't love deeply,
Mhm.
right? It says don't confuse that love with ownership.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like what does that quote right here? What does that really mean to you?
Ownership in the sense of loving them at no cost. Is that,
Like kind of
I haven't read the Gita myself,
no no no, no,
so
no. I get what you're saying.
aspire
Like
to one day.
ownership meaning like uh that person is kind of my everything. That person is every day. You know what I mean? Like that person is kind of who I've who is like fully attached to me.
Okay,
Kind of
yeah.
like that.
Um, Here, I'm gonna say it this way. I think that
Yo, this is good. Sorry. This is actually good.
I put you on the mantra, and I'm so happy about this.
Okay.
Um, but I would say, like, would you be this cautious if it was a friend? Let me ask you that. I think we're talking in the sense of about a significant other.
Yes.
So what I'm asking is, would you be that cautious if it was just a friend?
Uh
I'm sure you have friends that you spend all the time with, and you constantly like see them, and you love doing everything together.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
um,
Dear?
I'm sure you have somebody like this. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, would you see it differently?
Uh mm, like no.
You cannot have that man's name, sorry, in this. If his
Oh
mom
yeah.
hears
Uh
this,
uh oh
if
shit.
his mom hears
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
this.
That's cut. That's cut. That's cut. That's cut.
Yeah.
No, not really, because I feel like friendship and loving someone like a significant other it's a little bit
It
different.
is, but do you not love your friends?
Yeah, I love my
Do
friends.
friendship heartbreaks not hurt too?
Absolutely not. I've
What?
I've had a friendship. I've had a friendship that I thought he was my brother to me, but clearly not. He chose a girl over our brotherhood, and
Did that not hurt you at all? Really?
I tried warning him multiple times.
Damn.
So if he didn't want to listen, he didn't want to listen.
Okay, so you and I come from a little bit of different stories in that sense.
Hmm.
Friendships mean a lot to me.
Hmm.
I've
No, I'm not saying the friendships don't mean a lot to me.
yes,
It does mean a lot to me.
but I actually think for girls, especially, that they do hurt more than breakups at times.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Because see, for us, it's kind of like when you're friends with somebody, I don't know, like I'm being very generic here, or I'm gonna speak more on my story. I kind of had a childhood best friend and I did everything with her. And I've also had many other friends that and I spent a lot of time with them. And obviously when like any relationship breaks apart, in my opinion, it's gonna hurt when you spend a lot of time with that person. So to me, again, I haven't been in that situation ever before, so I don't know the difference of what happens in a relationship. But I think it would like it still hurts. Like a friendship breakup hurts a lot. And if you're not being cautious about attachment or all these things in a friendship, why are we so cautious about it in a relationship?
Hmm.
I think it also comes with the whole idea of like many people see friendships for life.
Hmm.
While relationships, I feel like people are a lot more skeptical with, especially in this day and age. But like
I agree with that. Yeah.
if you date to marry, and if that is your end goal, if that's the other person that you're speaking to and their end goal, then why are we so scared?
Hmm. Why are we so scared of what?
Attachment.
Hmm.
Also don't know if this was the question, but I think
Uh,
I just came back to attachment in the first question we were
yeah.
answering.
My question was just like elaborate more on why the heartbreaks hurt a lot more than. I mean, the
Friendship?
friendship breakups hurt a lot more than the heartbreaks. That was just essentially my question.
I
But
haven't been on the other side of it, so I can't speak on that fully. But for me, I don't think it's fair to say that friendship breakups don't hurt.
hmm.
And for females, especially, I think they hurt a lot more at times because
Hmm.
they've been there for a while and you kind of, I don't know, you do a lot with them. You spend a lot of time with them, you share a lot with them.
Do you think men and women love differently?
Yes, 100%.
Hmm. Explain.
I think they love differently in the sense of men tend to kind of fall in love very quickly
Hmm.
and they make a decision very quickly. Women take a lot of time
Hmm.
and they care a lot about how they are like how they feel in the relationship,
Hmm.
how the other person makes them feel rather than more so the other person.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Like um let's say like how they I don't know how they're like treated in the relationship, how the other person makes them feel. Does the other person push them to grow? Does the other person make them feel supportive? Do they do the small things? Do they treat them well? I think that's something that
That women look for mostly.
yes,
Hmm.
I think men more so kind of again, I'm speaking very like general here,
Yeah.
but they kind of
No, like I want to hear more of a woman's
yeah.
perspective, and I'm sure other people would want to hear from a woman's
I'm
perspective.
only one female. And I'm sure many people do work differently. I also have a very different view on people and I rather than most people I think. And so again, if this might not apply to all females, but I think that's how females do tend to fall in love and men it's more so like they kind of see somebody and they're like or they I don't know, they get to know the person and they like the person. And then that's also the whole thing about like a man like a man a man forgive me, it's been a long day. A man knows, you know, like he just knows. Like he knows within the first few months. And if it's the whole thing of like if a man's just dating you for 10 years and not putting a ring on your finger, then not the one.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, no, you do have like a valid point on the part where suppose you've been talking with a man for a few months and
Mhm.
then you're just like that guy he knows like so you would say women they usually take a lot more of their time when it comes to loving another person or is it like
I think it takes
dating
them more
another
time
person it takes them more time
in
why
general.
is that though and why do you think that men just like fall in love a little bit quicker
It's just what I've seen.
uh-huh
I also, again, I can only speak from my personal experience. I don't know if everybody's like that. I think we care a lot about how we're made, like how we feel in that relationship, and how
Mhm.
like that matters a lot. Like I've seen people just get up and leave just because of how they felt in that relationship, and how that was it. There was nothing wrong with the guy. They just didn't feel, I guess, like they were loved and appreciated. Like somebody can love you, but if you
Mm.
don't feel loved and appreciated, you're gonna walk away.
Yeah.
And that's very strong for females, especially, I think. Again, not all. I've seen all sorts of, I guess, cases. I've been the therapist friend for quite some time, also with my friends. So I've seen it all in that
Mhm.
sense. But to the whole, like, I guess, I don't know. I want to ask you something actually.
Mm.
Do you think people love too quickly or too cautiously these days? Like, do they? I think it's okay. Do they like? Do they not love quick enough, or are they too like cautious with it and they play around too much, or they rather just like, I don't know, they're in like these relationships where they don't even love the person, or do you think that everybody falls in love really
I feel
easy?
like it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I've seen both sides where people fall in love
Mhm.
too quickly and people are a little bit too cautious at times
Mhm.
because from first-hand experience,
Mhm.
right? Honestly, I don't think I fell in love too quickly. I don't know if you would call 3 months or 4 months quickly.
I think everybody has a different timeline.
Yeah, I think everybody has a different time, but
Friendships and
friendships
time
and
and oh,
time.
and you.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yes, please.
So what about you and your friends? Do you see them all the time? I'm You can't count the ones that you work with. You can't count the ones that you work with, because then I can count my co-founders too,
Okay,
technically.
okay, fair enough. I feel like I've been kind of pushing back. There's this one friend, Brandon. He was actually on my pod.
Yeah. Fire
He
podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. He was actually on my pod, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I've I've been pushing back a lot. Like he's like, yo, let's meet up. And I keep telling him like, yo, I'm sorry, I'm busy this day. He says, like, yo, let's go to the gym. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry, I'm busy this day. And at some moments, I'm really just starting to think to myself where I really need to have some time to myself because I don't want to be consumed by my work. Right? Now, look, don't get me wrong. I love the stress, right? It
Yes.
sounds a little weird. I love the stress. I love the pressure. I like it,
Mhm.
right? That's why I study a day before exams.
You know what? I agree with you. I do the same thing. It works.
It works. If it
It
works, it
works.
works. If it works, it works.
And I completely agree. Like everything that I feel like you and I both have on our plate, we did it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what? We wouldn't be doing, there's still a long way to go, but we wouldn't be doing as well now as we are if we didn't have all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I really think it's no, I really do think the amount of things that we're taking on our plate, it's to build us for our future,
Mhm,
right? It's for us to really learn how to take on this pressure,
mhm.
how we could balance both friendships, balance the work. And that's what we're both trying to figure out because we're
Yes.
still young, we're still experiencing new things.
Mhm.
We're right. And I don't think necessarily at right now it's too much of a bad thing,
Yeah,
right? But at a certain extent, it kind of gets to that point. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? And but also, I do kind of still like taking on things. That's why I started the charity with my co-founder.
Yeah.
And like I want to have a lot more things on my plate for some reason. Obviously, pressure, stress, like I
Mhm.
said, but you should have time for yourself.
I agree.
That's a very big thing. And I think and even in adult life actually, that a lot of people they're so consumed by their work, they're so consumed by the external things, the materialistic things,
Yes.
right? And I definitely do think that you have to cut out some time for your friends, your family,
100%.
right? So, what do you think about that?
I completely agree with you. And I think the time that you cut out with them should be just for them.
Hmm.
I've caught myself at times where I'll bring my computer down and I'll sit down with my family and I'll be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I spend time with them."
Mhm.
No, I was on my computer. And it's gotten to the point, it's really funny where my dad like looks at my computer and he's like, "Give it a break."
Mm.
And like he's not even talking to me, he's talking to my computer. And I'm
Mm.
like, "Oh." Um, but yeah, and I completely agree with that just because like, they matter.
Mhm.
And I feel like we should never forget about the people and that we love so much and that matter the most
Mhm.
to us.
What advice would you give to other people kind of going in that same direction? What could they do
Mhm.
to maybe not do what we're doing?
Something that me and one of my friends actually recently talked about was planning outings. Not, okay, let's study and then let's just like, we're spending time studying together, so that counts as us hanging out.
Mhm.
No. And I'm sure you do this with your friends too.
Yeah.
Let's plan an outing. Like, let's
Yeah.
go out. Let's do something.
Mhm.
Like, that's something. And do the same with your family. Like, even if it's going to a coffee shop and sitting there and just talking to them, that would be my like biggest piece of advice. I've started to do this with my family where like I'm like, you know what, like let's just go and get coffee. And then we
Mhm.
just sit there and we just talk. Because there's no electronics to distract us. We all have phones and we all check our phones. Like it's not even just a me thing. Both my parents will like check their phones.
Mhm.
I feel like you must deal with this too, where like everybody actually kind of has
Yeah.
like my phone's right here.
Yeah.
um and so it's just like kind of putting the devices away and just sitting in a different place where there's no TV, there's no phone, and you're just kind of sitting there and talking to one another. And it's kind of therapeutic too.
Mhm. I agree. I fully
I
agree.
don't know if that counts as advice, but that's
I
what I
mean,
would say.
no, I still think it's kind of like telling them how to
Yeah.
really deal with it, right? My dad always tells me, when you work 100%. When you gym, 100%. When you
Yes.
play, when you have fun 100%.
Yes.
Don't do 50-50.
I
Never do that.
completely agree with you. Um, on a similar note, actually, I wanted to say something about that my parents have also said, and my dad's also said to me about just whatever you do, give it your all and
Mhm.
try to be the best in it.
Mhm.
Even if you're going to be like a janitor, try to be the best janitor. There's out
Scrub
there.
them floors, yeah.
Like
Scrub that shit.
whatever you do it with 100% of effort,
Mhm.
and you're never gonna feel shitty about it. I feel
Mhm.
like even with exams and tests, like maybe you didn't get 100%, but did you give it 100%?
Yes, yes. Actually, that's a very good point. My friend Saad, he actually talked about this. When you
Mhm,
studied everything. You did all the practice questions.
mhm.
You did the midterm practice questions. You did all you could, the textbook questions. Yet you're still yet you're still stressing.
It's the beep that
It's
really
the
gets
beat.
you.
Yet you're still
Stressing.
stressing. Said that 15 times now. Why? Right?
Yeah,
It's like if you've done everything already,
I agree.
if you've done everything already, just leave it up to God.
I also do say this to one of my friends who also does stress a lot,
Hmm.
of the sense of if you've done everything, stop stressing.
Yeah.
Again, it's easier said than done. But just, like leave it up, like you said, leave it up to God, leave it up to faith. I also believe in God a lot myself.
Hmm.
I think that there have been situations that I genuinely think that God kind of paved the way a little bit.
Hmm.
Or like I think even small things. Like I remember the other day, the smallest interactions mean a lot to me. A little bit off topic, but kind of on the same topic of God a little bit. Like I was taking an Uber to get to the bus
Hmm.
just to get to Hamilton. So I
Hmm.
like take the bus on Brontigo and then I get to Hamilton. It's in
Hmm.
Oakville. So I was just taking the Uber from my house to that bus. Now I left a couple minutes late, and so technically the arrive time for the Uber at the bus stop, I would have missed the bus.
Hmm.
I tell my driver this, and I'm like, "Hey, like, is there any way we can make this bus?" And he's like, "Oh shit, like I don't know. Like I'm gonna try my best though." And then
Got enough
like
traffic.
he's like, I'm gonna try my best. And the entire time it was a really sweet interaction because I was stressed, but he was also stressed with me about missing this bus. And he was like, "How much time is there?" And then I remember we were like, I think 4-ish minutes away, and it was like 2 minutes away, and he was like, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to like speed this up for 2 minutes. Like, there's no way we're gonna make it."
Mhm.
And then I refresh it, and it's like delayed 2 minutes. And we got there right on
Oh.
time. And I remember in that moment, it was so wholesome because not only me, but the Uber driver was so happy. And he was like, I got you here on time. Like, we made it. Like, that was all God.
Yeah.
And it was just a really sweet interaction. And it was just like those small things.
Yeah.
Um, so again, like if you put in the effort, okay, maybe you put in the effort and it doesn't pay out on the first test.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Mhm.
It'll pay out on the second one, maybe the third one. I say the same thing about internships and jobs. People going around and saying the internship market is so bad, the job market is so bad.
It's
Yes,
true.
to an extent it is, but also if you put in enough effort, I think you can get one.
Mhm.
It might take a lot of effort, don't get me wrong.
300 plus applications.
Okay, but here, let me ask you this. Rather than those 300 applications, half of which you probably don't know what you even applied to, you probably put it in the chat going, personalize this cover letter to this job.
I can't lie, that was last year thing though.
Okay. How many of those did you like even just like I guess like coffee chat the entire company?
Oh yeah, no, I none. Almost none.
Like if there's something that you really want to do, like maybe this was a sign from, I don't know, the God, universe, whatever you believe in, telling you, hey, like figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually fully agree because last year I realized the amount of quantity,
The beat.
the amount of quantity that I put out for
Mhm.
applications. Instead, let's kind of try to make it into a little bit of quality,
Yeah.
right? So I think maybe this year I've put in about 70,
Yeah.
not even 70, maybe like 60, 50 or 60 applications now. And I've decided to take a different approach.
Mhm.
Coffee chat, and then he refers me to a manager. Manager refers me to director. Director refers me to COO, right? And I have actually seen success in it. 10% success rate. It's
Okay.
very difficult. All right. I'm not gonna say
But
it's
you're
gonna happen.
trying.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with
Yeah.
that. And I think where I was trying to go with that was just like if you really want something, I think you can get it.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely do agree. You just have to take different approaches.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with studying. Same thing goes with the applications.
Yeah.
I decided to take a different approach with the
Yeah.
applications. I've gotten maybe 3, 4 interviews.
Okay, fire.
Way more than last year.
Exactly. It's one step forward.
Exactly. One step forward, 2 steps back, and then yeah.
What did we say about the negativity? No negativity. I also actually wanted to ask you about that in that sense of like you mentioned the change from first year to second year. Do you think that you had a lot of growth in general, like aside from even like applications from
Mhm.
first year to second year?
Oh, massive growth. Yes,
And if so,
actually.
why?
I would definitely say the friendships, the relationship that I had, and I've really grown a lot closer to God as well.
Mm,
I feel like that's kind of a thing for me each year. Each year, I just somehow, some way, God just keeps bringing me closer and closer, right? Whether it may be through a heartbreak, whether it may be through, I don't know, some dumb shit I did,
yeah.
right? Every year, it's just, God just brings me closer. And I just really feel like the growth that I've had from kind of being a little bit like a bum last year
We don't call ourselves that, but yes, don't worry.
to
Me too.
yeah, I won't lie to you. I kind of I didn't do much last year,
Neither
right?
did I.
But I definitely do feel like my past relationship, that person really made me into somebody.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, that person really. I never used to study, by the way. Okay,
Hmm.
that person made me start studying. So because of that person, I actually started studying, and I actually got better grades. That person really made me reevaluate certain things, right? Certain beliefs that I had.
Yeah.
And I really realized, wow, the beliefs that I had is just very wrong. It's not really ethical,
Yeah.
right? Um, and the same thing with friendships. Like I really just realized how many great people there are out there, how many
Mhm.
hardworking people there are out there, such as my co-founder,
He
insanely hard
loves his
worker.
co-founder.
Oh, love him. No, even besides that, the amount of people that I've met, Hamza actually,
Mhm.
one of my really great friends was a first year in IBH. Very hard worker. I love that guy to death. Like we've had a really great conversation. pod with him coming soon, actually.
Fire.
Yeah, and I really just realized about how many great people I'm surrounded with, right? That includes you.
Oh, I appreciate
That
it.
includes with a lot of people. They have that similar mindset of what they want to achieve,
Yeah.
what they want to do in the future, right? And I really like, and even with having these types of conversations, I I'm somehow, right. I'm not really gonna say somehow, but almost every time I kind of talk with somebody, even if I've met them in the first 2-3 hours, we just somehow go deep into conversation. You know what I mean? We really just kind of talk about life, and that's how I really know. I'm like, yeah, I could talk to this person about this certain thing. That's the same thing what happened with my co-founder.
Loves his co-founder.
No, seriously. We we met through a mutual friend,
Okay.
Nash, and then Veer. It was Veer, right? I met him, right?
Mhm.
Day one. And he's like, I can't lie, like low key, my ego was very high when this guy said, yeah, yo, you're Yash, right? Wait, I already know you. Cause of LinkedIn, right? He's like, he's got LinkedIn, you know? No, yeah, yeah. But yeah, no. I met him through there. And then after like a week or so,
Yeah.
I could already tell. I'm like, yo, I already
You
know this.
knew.
I already know this guy.
It was
He's
love.
gonna be my guy. It was love. It was love. It was destined. But no, I already knew this guy. He
Mm.
insanely hardworking guy. I know I could talk to him about these things. One week in, I didn't even start my podcast. Actually, this was back in December. I'm like, yo, I want you to be on my pod.
I love that.
1 month in, like we were tight instantly.
Friendships really matter.
Yep. Yep. Like literally instantly 1 month in, we became tight. And I completely forgot the question that you were asking me. But oh yeah, it was the growth. But yeah, I do definitely see a significant growth in my working part where I work even harder now, meeting more new people. And I really do think it's important to kind of reflect from the previous day or previous year
Mhm.
about how much you've grown,
I want to
right?
get into journaling. Do you do journaling?
Oh yeah, journaling
Is it
is
is it is it worth
beautiful.
the hype?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
trying to get into it.
I got into journaling. I got back into journaling in September when me and
Damn, heartbreak. But even that, like my regular advice to somebody in your situation would be now, people might call me crazy. I might have never given good advice in my life, probably, but
Mhm.
my advice
You're
is
giving good advice right now.
let's hope, let's hope. My advice with that, like if it wasn't moral based, because we've talked and it was moral based of why you broke it off, would be if you love somebody and like, okay, obviously there's things like cheating. There's like these things that just should never happen. I don't know why they're a thing. Um, and if it was just over misunderstandings, miscommunication, if it's something, and if you genuinely care about that person, you know, try it. And this is with a friendship too. Like if there's somebody that you are close with and then you just got upset over something, um, talk to them. I think it's better to do that than have that regret when you get older of like, damn, what if we still were friends? And missing all the old times and just reminiscing.
Mhm. I mean, I did try. I tried
Okay.
for a month
Okay.
and I just couldn't.
And that's fair.
I just couldn't, right? It
Values and
just
morals of
yeah.
your own should go above.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. But like as we were saying,
were
the
we saying?
greatest
There
love,
we go.
the greatest love that we can have is to let someone go.
I still don't believe this.
I full heartedly believe it because I fully love that person, but I had to let that person go.
But you let them go because of your own morals.
Mm.
How is that loving them?
Pardon?
How is that loving them? Isn't that putting your morals
Because
first?
because if you're going to continue to stay with that person while it's devaluing your morals, that's not
It's not I
you're
agree.
just gonna that's not love. Even if you stay with that person, it's gonna, like I said, it's
Yeah,
gonna turn into resentment, like you said too, right?
but it's not for them. That's what I was trying to get at.
But if you're staying with that person, right,
I'm not
it's
saying
still not gonna be for them
I agree,
regardless.
but I don't think letting go was for them either.
T- mm, I feel like it kind of is. The only reason why I say this is because if you're staying with them, once again,
Mhm.
if you're staying with them, it's not going to be good for you,
Uh-huh.
nor is it going to be good for the other person. If you've tried to do it, if you've tried to stay with that person, try to see what it feels like with your morals,
Mhm.
right? And if you see that it's not really going anywhere,
Mhm.
then the greatest act of love that you could do is just letting the person go.
I
Because
agree with letting
mhm,
them go, and I don't think that you should have ever taken a different route. I agree with that completely. I just don't agree with that being the sole factor or that being the reason why you did it.
mhm,
Because why you did it is you put your morals first, which again, you should. You should always put your morals first, especially like certain values that you stand for.
mhm.
Um, like,
Okay, let me ask you this:
yeah.
what are the morals and values that you have?
Oh, okay, good question.
Mhm,
Um, how about you go first? How about you go first and then I'll
okay.
go?
Um, I very heavily believe in God. I
Yeah.
think God has been a very critical step in my life.
Hmm.
God has really shaped me into the person who I am today, and God is going to continue to shape me into the person who I am. I I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really like to do those things. Obviously, I don't judge anybody else if they do that, right? You are who you are. It's completely fine. I don't blame you. I don't judge you. It's your choice,
You just don't
right?
do it.
Uh, and obviously, I particularly wouldn't want my significant other to kind of really be smoking. I think
That's fair.
smoking or drinking. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
If I don't smoke or drink, I wouldn't really want the other
Yeah.
person to. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So those are kind of the two crucial factors that I have in my morals,
Okay.
and I would kind of not kind of I would like my significant other to have the most important one is to believe in God.
I have learned this from you. Yes.
Yes.
Um, okay, for me, I would say this is a little bit different. Kindness matters a lot to me. Kindness matters to me a lot because it's I think one of the core values of whatever's like shaped me. Like I it just matters a lot to me. And if you can't be kind to somebody, I am a little bit like
Skeptical. Yeah.
skeptical
Yeah.
there, like, okay, what's going on? Like why?
Yeah.
I was thinking sometimes when people aren't kind, it stems from their own self-doubt, self-insecurities, which I understand, and then you have to
Mhm.
work on them.
Mhm.
But kindness matters a lot to me. Honesty matters a lot as well.
Mhm.
I don't know if these are necessarily like they're not exactly things that somebody believes in or does, but it matters to me in a person, like being honest.
Mhm.
Family also matters a lot to me.
Mhm.
I'm very close to my family. Just like, man, I want to be close to your family too. Like, I'd want to be close to your family. That matters a lot to me. God plays a factor in it too. But any sort of faith, it doesn't really need to be God. Also, I understand the complete like atheist point of view too. Like, I just think having some sort of faith, it's not a crazy value I have because I
Mhm.
don't think it'd change the way I believe in things if
Mhm.
somebody else did. But I think that it just gives you less stress in life. Like, you know,
I agree. I
you
fully
have
agree.
something that you can
I
be like,
fully
"Hey,
agree.
like they got me."
Mhm.
And so yeah, but I would say that and just being a good person,
Mhm.
like malicious intent,
Mhm.
all those things I'm very against.
Yeah.
Any sort of malicious intent in the past too. I've
Mhm.
met way too many females that have been traumatized by way too many brown men. And like, I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, one girl breaks their heart once and then they go around breaking 20 girls' hearts. Um, it's something I've seen. Like I've just seen
I,
this.
I- I've I've seen it along with you. Yes.
Not in my personal experience. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it's definitely something I've seen with people. Like even before uni, and it just like why? Yeah, I think I sidetracked from your question there, but
Yeah, it was just morals and values,
yeah,
like what you
I would
really value.
I would say those would be the things that I
Mhm.
really value. Also, happiness matters a lot to me.
Oh, 100%.
I think
Life should be sunshines and
yes,
rainbows.
it should be
Life
sunshine
should
and
be sunshines and
rainbows.
rainbows.
I get told I live in a bubble a lot. Only child syndrome.
Uh-huh.
I do get told that a lot, and I think I've definitely become more self-aware than I once was.
Mhm.
But also, like, like if you can be happy about something rather than being gloomy about it, why not?
Mhm.
Like, also, I'm so happy about the sun these days. Like, can we just talk about that for a moment?
Oh god,
It's so
yes.
nice having the sun
Yes.
back.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the cold has been kicking my ass.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not great. But yeah, just being happy about small things. Gratitude, huge
Gratitude.
one.
Yes.
But yeah, why does happiness matter to you? I want to say.
Why does happiness matter
Did it
to me?
always matter to you?
Absolutely. I definitely do. Like, I'm not gonna lie, in high school, I was happy as hell. Right? In grade 12, yeah, I was happy as hell. But obviously
Mhm.
certain thing happened in high school where I was kind of in that stage where I'm just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Screw everything.
Yeah.
I always advocate for men's mental health, especially because I've been in that space,
Damn.
right? So this is also the main reason why I kind of started it. This beep is pissing me off while I'm trying to talk about something serious.
It's
But
always when you're talking.
every single time
It's
when I'm
always when you're
talking,
talking.
but yeah, no, uh, I've been in that space,
Mhm.
which is the reason why I wanna tell other students, other people that may watch this, that you're never alone in the certain things that you've
Mhm.
went through, what you've went through, and what you will go through in life, right?
That was actually the end to one of your podcasts. I did hear that. It was like the
Yes.
last thing you said, and I was like, "That's really sweet."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like it's very, very important to me. That's why whenever I hear somebody making fun of mental health, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter how it may be, it really just kind of infuriates me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's fair.
So that's why I like to preach about happiness as well. Happiness is very important, and I don't care how you get that happiness. Obviously, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, and
Please
don't
don't.
get that type of happiness,
Don't.
right?
I don't agree with that either.
Get a sober happiness, right? Be with your
And
friends.
you know what? I have seen people that are so happy and they seem drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm even talking about like family friends and I've had. And like there's this one specific like auntie and uncle that I see.
Mm-hmm.
First time that's done that. And they're just so happy. And I just
Mm-hmm.
remember being like, oh, like they must be drinking. It was a New Year's party. And she was talking to me and she's like, oh, honey, I'm driving. Like I didn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no way. Cause why do you seem the happiest person
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
And it's just something that you kind of have to like, I want to say fake it till you make it in a way, but like also just get yourself to believe it in a way. Like I feel like if you just
Yes.
like force yourself to start looking
Yep.
at the better things or like the good side of things, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like I didn't do so good on this test, but like what about the remaining percent?
Mm-hmm.
Or like I can work harder towards the next
Mm-hmm.
one. Or like, damn, I had a good matcha today. You know what? Like that
Yo,
made
this
my day.
matcha,
Sorry.
so tough. So tough.
Brown sugar's the secret. Brown
Yeah.
sugar and oat milk.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think that it's a mindset.
yeah. Going off the brown drunk part, even though we're not drunk. Like back in prom, this me and my boys, oh my gosh, we went off and dancing. Everybody thought we were drunk.
I love that.
Everybody thought we were drunk. The teachers thought we were drunk. Other people thought we were drunk. We didn't drink a single drop of alcohol.
You know what? Those are also the best friendships. The
Yes.
people that
This beep is getting to me. This beep is getting to me. It's getting too much.
He's gonna kill the beat.
Yeah.
The room. Whatever it is.
Okay.
I think the best kind of friendships are also those.
Yes.
The ones where like you feel
Yep.
drunk and high, but you're
Yep.
not at all, but you just feel that jolly and
Yeah.
giddy and just like on top of the world in your
Yep.
own way. And those are the best moments.
Yeah,
Above all.
exactly. Till this day, they're my greatest friends. Whenever I go back home to Brampton, oh my god, the amount of dumb shit we do.
He's from
Like,
Brampton. Like every other brown
ah.
man.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But yeah, like we do so much dumb shit. We've climbed. Okay, I'm not gonna incriminate myself. Actually, maybe
Let's
not
not
do
do that.
that.
But we all have. We all
Yes,
have done
yes.
dumb stuff
Yes.
at some point in our life,
Yeah, still do. But yeah, I mean,
and you should.
and those are the best friends that you could get, right? It's that natural high that you get in life, rather than actually getting a substance,
Mhm.
materialistic thing to get you that type of high. Try to find it within other people, maybe.
Yes.
And when you find that within other people, that'll just bring you up.
This
You know what I
I
mean?
completely agree with this, and this entails back to like even like mental health, like you were
Mhm.
saying. Depression rates are really high,
Very high.
very high, and it, AI technology. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong, love it. And it's built so many great things, but it's also I feel like people reach out for their phones and like technology and like everything for comfort now, like technology basis, like even AI. I feel like people reach out for comfort. Like I had a customer, um, it was just a client, and this lady came in, she was talking to me, and she was talking to me, she was going through this rough divorce, and she was like just talking to me, and I was like, hey, like it must be rough, like, you know, like I'm like you have family, right? To support you and stuff. And she was like, I got Chat GPT. He's my best friend. And this was this auntie, this cute little auntie, and she was just like, he's my best friend. Like he tells me I got this. And you know what? That's like he gives me little words because who else is gonna tell me? And she's a mom of like 3 children. And so I can only imagine, I guess, because I feel like parents don't really like talking to their kids about things. But it just really got me thinking, like, damn,
Mhm.
we're turning to AI for the support that we should just be giving each other.
Mhm.
And like that kind of got me to like think about just like kind of the way the world's going in that sense of like I've seen so many people talk to ChatGPT about things. I'm sure you must have at some point.
Oh, hell no.
Really?
No.
Okay,
Okay, okay, maybe for texting a girl.
okay,
Maybe for texting a girl.
okay. But I think definitely it's been like, you know, like we've asked about our emotions or something at some point in time, texting a girl. I don't care, that doesn't count. I personally before have gone, hey, like I don't know why I'm feeling this way.
Mhm,
Usually something I would have told a friend, but I
mhm,
was like, why am I burdening a friend with this? Why don't I just ask an AI bot?
mhm,
Again, I don't know, poor thinking on my end.
mhm.
But I think that spirals because then that person's also gonna be like, hey, like they never come to me with stuff. Why should I come to them with stuff? And then they also,
Yes.
anyways,
It's a cycle.
it's a cycle. Everything's a cycle. And I genuinely think that we've forgotten human connection. And human
Yes.
connection means a lot in
Yes.
this world.
I agree.
Um, and yeah, and people shouldn't forget that.
Yeah. I definitely do agree. I think human connection is very important. Don't let AI consume you.
Yes.
Don't let AI consume the work you do.
Yes.
AI is consuming work. AI is consuming jobs, but don't let it consume you.
AI is gonna consume everything, guys. I
Yeah.
remember watching this movie. I think it was called Ready Player One.
Oh, Shah Rukh Khan?
No, this is not
Oh, wait,
Bollywood.
wait, wait. I'm tweaking. Wait, chill.
I really wanted to
Ready
know.
Player One. I do remember the guy wearing the glasses. He goes into a virtual
Yes,
world. Yes,
yes.
I remember that movie.
And that entire world looks dead.
Yeah.
Like everybody just lives in VR
Yep.
as these different people. And there's been so many movies like this, and I'm generally starting to think that we're gonna go into that at some point.
I pray we don't.
And I pray we don't. But the way that everybody kind of relies on technology these days, it's kind of scary in a way,
Mhm,
emotionally at least. I think for small stuff or like, I don't know, like tasks that are just repetitive and not really like actually helping you. I get that.
mhm.
But like, I don't know, emotional needs and stuff,
Yeah.
like humans should be going to each other.
100%. I definitely do agree. Because me and one of my closest friends from back in high school, he's brother to me, right?
Yeah.
There's Beep. There's Beep's my boy too. But
We've grown. We've grown so much with
yeah,
how we feel about the beep.
we've grown so much, Beep. Love it. But yeah, my closest friend, we always talk about these things. We talk about things that happen in our lives, and then we just go off of that. And then whenever he needs to talk,
Mhm.
comes to me. Whenever I need to talk, I come to him.
Yes.
And I always tell that to all my boys. I'm like, yo, truly, obviously, jokes aside, anything ever happens, you guys are going through a rough time, tough time, please,
Mhm.
call me. I'd much rather have you call
agree.
me rather than you sit there by yourself, right? Just going through it,
That's very sweet of you.
right? I always tell them this. I always try to advocate for this. Obviously, they're going to be watching this and going to be like, this guy never did any of that.
I'm sure you have the
But
intent to somewhere to do
yes,
that.
yes.
Um,
It might not be the way I say it. Obviously, I might say it in like a aggressive, like, yo, you better tell me what's going on. But like, no. But
You
yeah,
care, and I think that that care should never go away,
yes, yes.
and it
I definitely do
matters.
agree. I want to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
What is your meaning of life?
Ooh, my meaning of life. To be happy, man, to enjoy
Mhm.
it. We touched on this.
Mhm.
I don't have regrets. Anything and everything that I've done, I think it's led me to who I am today in the future, like in the sense of mistakes. But I don't want to have any regrets in the sense of I never want to not do something I wish I did. Like if I wish, like for example, like you, I'm sure at some point wanted to start a podcast and now you're doing it and now it's great.
Since last year, yeah.
Yeah, but since last year, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Imagine it just took you so long. Like we take so much time to execute actual ideas that we
Yeah.
have. I've even faced this. And I don't ever want that to happen in that sense of like I didn't try something that I wish I did.
Mhm.
And also that I just didn't enjoy life as much as it should have been enjoyed.
Mhm.
I think in the North, actually not even North America, in the world, it's very normalized to live to work when people used to work to live.
Mm.
As in like work to survive. And
Mhm.
now, again, I'm not saying like I also still have ambition very much in the sense of where I can't just work a 9 to 5, even though I think that is great in many sense for many people. Um, like I obviously want to do more with life and I want to be able to kind of have my own schedule, have my own time, and do something I love rather than working a corporate job in that sense,
Mhm.
or like being in a cubicle for my life.
Mhm.
I have a strong hatred against that.
I hate it too.
Hate it.
Mhm.
But yeah, and just live it to its fullest, I
Hey,
guess. In short terms, but that was a really long explanation. What about you? You go.
well, for me, I've said this on, I don't know, past 2 episodes, but yeah, once again, my meaning of life is obviously to create a positive impact. It's to really
Comes out with the
show,
professional response.
yes, yes, the professional response, but no, it's definitely to have that positive impact
I agree.
and to really achieve the goals I want to achieve, right? Not for other people, but for myself,
For yourself. I agree.
right? And once again, I really want to create something impactful for the world where people like the beef, like this beef, right? Create something that could destroy the beef. Like that type of thing. But yeah, it's to create a positive impact. I really want to create something with my co-founder. You know,
He's in love with this.
my
And I
co-founder.
don't know
Stop,
what
stop,
it is.
stop.
I don't know what's happened here. I think
Yeah,
you're definitely gonna be able to do that, and I think you're doing a great job with the podcast.
yeah.
I think it's great that you're bringing people on, and I also didn't realize that we've yapped for 2 hours now.
Yeah, we've yapped for a while. I might have to cut this down actually.
You're gonna have fun cutting this down,
Yeah,
especially
I'm
with all
gonna
the
have to
beats.
cut it down so many times.
But I want to say that I think what you're doing is great
Mhm.
and wonderful, and I think I agree with a lot of the stuff that you've said.
Mhm.
And
Obviously, we've had agreed to disagree, but I think that's how
yeah,
every conversation should be, especially if we're talking about topics like this.
100%. And just be nice to somebody. I think that's
Yes.
just like one thing I wanted to say. Like
Yes.
the smallest thing, man. Like if you see somebody in class that you're sitting next to who's, I don't know, backpack, jacket, hat you like, just be like, compliment them, man. Like I'm sure you must have gotten complimented at some point in time and
Exactly.
remembered it for life.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, a girl complimented my cologne back in grade 10. I still remember it till this day.
see? Like it
Yep.
makes a difference. And I remember something I just like I wanted to do this at a point and it just like it always slipped my mind and I started just making it into a habit where like, okay, I'm not saying to fake it. Like, don't look at somebody's, I don't know, shoes when you don't like them and be like, hey, I like your basic Air Forces.
Damn, thanks, bro. Damn. Appreciate it again.
I said it like you're good though. But But like instead, like if you're gonna find something, it's the same thing about trying to find like the good, I guess, points or being having gratitude, finding the good things. And so if you like something, just tell them, compliment them.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the episode.
Thank you.
First woman on the podcast.
Yeah. We need to
Diya.
get more of them on here.
Yes, 100%. Please subscribe. We have a special guest coming actually on the next one. But once again, appreciate you guys.
Can I know who?
Well, you already know who. This is the special guest. The
See, he says you already know who, and he's said this at least twice now.
I swear I told you this.
I don't know who it is.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think who it is.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna assume it's the same person that you said this last time about, and I didn't know who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Really?
Huh? I don't even know. But anyways, special guest coming soon. Please subscribe. None of you guys subscribe. Please subscribe.
I did.
You subscribe. You guys did. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. And thank you for dabbing me up.
100%.